Turning now to your Pinpoint Weather 12 forecast as we take a live look at Punta Gorda, Florida, as Hurricane Milton is bearing down on the Sunshine State. It's the second major storm to hit the state in the past few weeks. Chief Meteorologist Tony Petracca joins us now as he tracks Milton's path and the intensity of this storm, Tony.
Yeah, they're feeling the impacts already well in advance of the center of the storm. That's always expected, but the worst of it would be this evening as the eye or the center of the storm is only several hours away from making landfall somewhere just south of the Tampa Bay area. We're going to talk about Milton in more detail. First, I want to start local, which is, fairly quiet. We've had some pretty decent weather, cool days, chilly nights, sunshine in Providence right now, looking pretty good. You got temperatures now that are in the upper 50s to lower 60s. Though still 65 in Providence. You got 63 in New Bedford. We're down to 58 in Coventry and lower 60s along the South Shore. It'll be quiet this evening. If you're heading out, there's really no weather issues. Little weather disturbance in upstate New York as it drops down tonight. May produce an isolated shower, but if you're going to be heading out tonight, you really don't need the umbrella. Take you down to Florida and the Gulf of Mexico. Was Category 5, now Category 3. So that in itself is good news, but by no means is this a weak storm. It is a high impact, powerful hurricane getting ready to make landfall very shortly on the west coast of Florida. High resolution satellite photo. Tampa Bay is right in here. Winds now at 125 miles per hour, moving northeast at about 17. Anticipated to pass just south of Tampa and perhaps closer to, say, Sarasota and Siesta Key this evening and during the overnight. Now, the storm itself is within radar range. The radar can only see out to a certain distance, but you can see the pinwheel of rain and wind. The core of the storm, as far as the hurricane force winds, are right in here. But notice the bands out ahead of it. Doesn't look like much, but this is called the feeder band. See these clusters of red? These are tornadic thunderstorms. Getting tornado warnings from Melbourne all the way down to Miami, Florida. So there's a tornado watch for a good portion of Florida, and that's very typical with a landfalling hurricane. The yellow is the envelope of tropical storm force winds. Look at the area that it covers. Again, tropical storm force. Hurricane force winds are in orange and the worst of the winds in red. Here we are this evening at about 11 o'clock, making landfall just south of Tampa, crosses the entire peninsula as a hurricane down to a Category 1 storm tomorrow morning near Melbourne and Cape Canaveral, and then racing out to sea and weakening to a tropical storm as it continues to work off to the east. Now, along the path of the storm, no surprise, there is excessive rain with these storms. So the rainfall forecast hasn't changed. This strip of yellow indicating potential is there for 8 to 10 to 15 inches of rain. So freshwater flooding on top of seawater flooding, which is called the storm surge. Here's the latest forecast. The track takes it just south of Tampa. So it's along the track and to the south of the storm where the worst storm surge may be. Further to the north, it may not be as significant. That's not to say that Tampa Bay is out of the woods. Still a serious situation unfolding for that large city, but here's a more detailed look at where the center of the storm will track. The areas in red, it is a hurricane warning. So Tampa right in here, Sarasota, the eye of the storm may actually make landfall there in about 3-4 hours from now. For this evening, just kind of quiet and chilly as temperatures drop to the upper 40s under partly cloudy skies. A very cool Thursday, but otherwise dry. Only 44 at 7 a.m. and then during the afternoon hours, we're topping out only upper 50s to around 60 for the afternoon high. The dry weather extends right through a better part of the holiday weekend. Chance of a shower Sunday night, but right now ending Columbus Day Monday morning with improving weather for Monday afternoon. And take note, those temperatures do moderate on Saturday. So quiet weather locally. We'll keep you updated on Milton.
All right, Tony.